So yesterday, my friend Lucky uploaded a video. It was called like cheating on a test or something. And you guys know I do story videos like basically all the time. I've not made one for like 2 weeks though actually, so you know, I'm kind of overdue. But that video reminded me of something that happened 2 years ago now. I thought it'd be a good time to do this video as well because I'm not sure about in America or not, but in the UK, exams are coming up like for A-level or GCSE or whatever. Exams are coming up in like 2 months now, so I thought it would be a good time to make this video. Oh yeah, and I did ask Lucky if I could make this video a day after he made his. I'm not completely jacking his idea from him. I did ask him and he did say it's alright. So his video just reminded me of exams and everything like that, and it reminded me of this story. So, but yeah, so this happened 2 years ago when I was doing my GCSEs. If you're not from the UK, or I don't know if anywhere else has it, but in the UK, when you're in year 11, you do GCSEs, which are like exams for all of your subjects like maths, English, science, history, whatever the fuck you're doing really. You do GCSEs, which are like exams in all of your subjects, and the grade that you get is the grade that you stick with, I guess, unless you fail it. They're the grades that you put on your application forms for jobs and shit like that. If you fail maths or English completely, then you do have to retake those two, but anything else, whatever you get in them, you stick with it and you can't really change them. Actually, I don't know. I think you're allowed to pay like a couple hundred to resit it and try and get a better grade. But you know, like most people don't do that. They get a grade and they just leave it. But yeah, so that's what they are. I guess it's like your first really big important exams that you do. It's like your first big exams that actually count towards something. So the story I'm about to tell took place in the English GCSE exam. Obviously, it's an important exam. You can't cheat, obviously. It's not like a test you do in a classroom or at home or anything. You have to, you know, go into an exam hall. There's people watching you and you do the exam. It's under all these conditions and everything. It's not some shit you could do at home. So at my school, because there's so many kids doing them, you have the main hall and then you have the sports hall, which is a lot bigger. And what they'll do is they'll lay out all these like single desks. There's barely any room on it. You can just about fit your exam papers on it. The rows go back like 30 times and there's like 10 going across. It's like 10 people. Okay, how the fuck do I explain this shit? So altogether, there's like a few hundred people in this hall doing the same exam, right? And obviously, it's in pure silence. You can't talk or anything. You just do the test. Any talking or fucking around, you just get disqualified, chucked out the exam with a fail. And your teachers don't stay in there. They just start the exam, then they fuck off and do something else for like the next hour. You get the professional invigilators from the exam board. They'll make sure no one's cheating or messing around or doing something they shouldn't be. Alright, so now that you understand all that, let me get into the story, alright? So this is probably not the best way to cheat on a GCSE exam. I mean, look, if you're doing GCSEs in like the next 2 months or whenever, if they're coming up for you, don't cheat on them. I know a lot of my subscribers are younger than me, and you probably will be doing these GCSE exams soon. And yeah, cheating on them is, you know, it's not a good idea. So this story, like I said, took place in the GCSE English exam. Like I said earlier, the whole hall is full of hundreds of kids. Now, the way you're sat down and the way you get seated is by your last name. So what happened was, I'm relatively close to the front, and I wouldn't really call him my friend, but this other guy that I knew, he was sitting right in front of me because his last name and my last name starts with the same letter, so we got seated in that position, I guess. So we're doing this exam, right? We're like 20 minutes in, and he puts his hand up and has to go to the toilet, because if you need a piss, then they can't do anything about that. They're gonna let you go. But you can't just go on your own. They actually have to take you there. They have to walk with you, and they have to wait outside the toilet. Obviously, they're not gonna go in with you. They wait outside, and they wait for you to come out, and then they take you back in. And also, when you get up, you're not allowed to like cut through people's desks. You have to go to the side of the hall, walk all the way up to the front, all the way round until you get to the other side. You're not allowed to cut through people's desks. So this guy in front of me put his hand up, and he has to go toilet. And I won't really say I got distracted, but I kind of watched him walk like away, I guess. I don't know, that kind of sounds weird, doesn't it? I watched him walk out as one of the invigilators are like walking in front of him to the bathroom, and I noticed something a little bit suspicious about what he was doing, because as he was walking up to the front of the hall, I noticed that he would look down at the other people doing the test on the very far left row. So he'd be walking with his head down, just looking at everyone else's desks, and it's like he didn't even give a shit about making it look obvious. He was like straight walking with his head down, looking at the people next to him. So anyway, he gets to the bathroom, and this part just makes it a whole lot more obvious. He gets to the bathroom and he clearly doesn't need to go, because as soon as he went through the toilet doors, he flushed the toilet. Like, that's not enough time to have a piss. That's not even enough time to get it out. As soon as he got into the bathroom, he flushed the toilet and came straight back out. When I say 1 second in there, I literally mean it. He came back out, she's guiding him back to his seat, and he's doing the exact same thing, looking down at people's exams. He was obviously stuck on a question and he was trying to see what everyone else put. 10 minutes later, puts his hand up, wants to go toilet again. And like, they can't really say no, like you've just been, because, you know, he might have some sort of like problem. Obviously he doesn't, but they don't know that. They're not his teachers or anything. They don't know him. They're just there for the exam, so they can't really turn him down and be like, fuck off mate, you went 10 minutes ago. So he went to the bathroom again, did the exact same thing, looking down at other people's answers. As soon as he got to the bathroom, he flushed it just to make it seem like he actually went, which is fucking stupid because he was in there for a second. He could have at least waited 10 seconds. He made it clear he was plagiarizing from other people. Now you might be thinking, that's not really a bad idea. I might use that for myself. If you're thinking about doing it, don't. Because the person I'm talking about in the story, he got fucking disqualified. And I'm not encouraging it, but I'm sure he could have got away with it if he didn't make it so obvious. And like I said earlier, I wouldn't really classify him as my friend. Just someone I'd talk to if I ever run into him. I'd known him for years because he went to my old school as well. And he was telling me after the exam how he got disqualified. And obviously I'm going to ask why, you know. And he said he got caught cheating. But the problem with this guy is he bullshits a lot. So I'm not sure if he actually did get disqualified. But from what I actually saw and noticed in the exam, I wouldn't really be surprised if he was telling the truth. Like, mate, if you're going to do that, don't be so stupid about it. But yeah, so since exams are coming up and everything, I thought I'd make this video. If any of you guys are thinking about doing it, I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, so like I said, I just thought I'd make this video because, you know, exam season is coming up soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next video.